How to remember the names of all amino acids? Is it possible? There may be people who think that it is impossible to remember. Some people always think that it is impossible to remember the names of amino acids. I mean, the names of all standard amino acids. So, when you think something is impossible, you have to try to make it possible. How will you make the impossible to possible? So, the technique is very simple. Before studying, you should have some logic. The logic will help you to memorize things. So, with the help of logic, it is easy to remember anything. Now, let's see how we can apply logic to remember all standard amino acids. So, how many amino acids you have to remember? Yes. So, logic number one, the simplest amino acid and the complicated amino acid. Simplest in structure, complicated in structure. Which is the simplest amino acid? Glycine. Which is the complicated amino acid? Proline. Glycine has only one hydrogen atom in the R chain, while proline has a very complicated structure which involves internal cyclization. Hence, it is quite unfit to be included in the protein structure. So, using this logic, you studied two amino acids of the 20. You can also remember glycine is sweet and proline is problematic. So, even in that problematic, there is a pro that you can connect with proline. Logic number two, amino acids that contain sulfur. Do you know how many amino acids contain sulfur in their R chain? Only two, cysteine and methionine. Logic number three, amino acids which contain an OH group, hydroxyl group in the R chain. See, do you know how many amino acids have OH groups in their R chain? Only two, is serine and threonine. So if you remember like this, the process becomes very simplified. Logic number four, positively charged R groups. See, three, lysine, arginine, histidine. Logic number five, so if there is positive, then there is negative also, negatively charged. You see how many? Only, yeah, this aspartic acid and glutamic acid. When you study aspartic acid and glutamic acid, you can directly connect it with the next logic, that is the amides of aspartic acid and amide of glutamic acid, that is asparagine and glutamine, right? So the things become quite simple if you connect things in this way. Logic number seven, aromatic rings. The presence of aromatic rings in the structure. How many are there? Only three, phenylalanine, tyrosine, and tryptophan. I have detailed the structures of all amino acids in another video. Hope you might have seen it. Logic number 8, that is Aliphatic chain, that is the straight chains. How many are there? Alanine, valine, leucine, and isoleucine. So in this way, you have completed 20 amino acids, right? So what are the logics you have used? Simplest versus complicated, sulfur containing, simplest versus complicated contained 2, sulfur containing has 2, OH group has 2, positively charged has 3, so total 2, 2, 2 plus 3, 9, negatively charged 2, 11, amides 2, 13, aromatic 3, 16, and aliphatic 4, 20 amino acid you have learned with the help of logical learning system. Happy learning. Thank you for listening.